My name is Louis Mark Tomlianovich, 1941, June 21st. Figure it out. What is a deacon? A deacon in the Catholic Church has two different segments. There's a transitionary deacon who's a priest, a seminarian studying to become a priest, and his first stage of ordination is to the diaconate. I trained servers. I also was in charge of taking communion to the sick. I could have and have done many baptisms, bringing people into the church, and marriage returnal programs, and Cursil, probably a spiritual advisor to probably from maybe 80 to 100 Cursils over the years. At the end of the day, I would be available to listen to them, talk with them, and address any things that they may be questionable to them. Many things, probably many of them about prayer, how to pray, concerns that they may have, and how to deepen their prayer life and their progressive journey of conversion to a greater relationship with the Lord and with others, especially in the family. One of the bishops said the best thing that you can do is to be a good example. So you don't want to, of course, corrupt others by the things that you would do. So try to behave yourself. Especially if somebody's looking at you. The sin is an archery term, and it's not so much that you hit the target or the bullseye every day or every year, but it is important that you don't just wallow in the mud and quit trying to get back up and go to confession if you must, and try to keep as saintly of a life as you can. That's what an ideal deacon should do. I also spent a lot of time in prison, not as a prisoner, but I was volunteered to go to the jails and especially counsel different parishioners and their sons that were in jail. And we'd also worked on many Cursil programs, which is a 4-day retreat, which has been very inspirational to helping many people in prison. The preponderance of people who are in prison is because of alcohol, drugs, and gambling. And that's why people and related crimes related to that, either you're intoxicated or doped up or into somebody for some money from drugs and over your head from gambling. And it's a terrible thing to see different people, even sometimes members of a family in the parish that have been in prison and even for many years, and from robbing banks and doing things to try to sustain their habit of gambling. And the state is, in my opinion, one of the worst criminals in the world, with all the lotteries and multi-billion-dollar lotteries and things like that people I see standing in line to buy these tickets that they're not going to win, and they don't have money for food and clothes, but it's not any good from it. But I've seen people in the prison that have excelled, and one in particular that was the head of a gang, and big stocky male type guy, head of a gang. Nobody would mess with him at all. they used to keep him in his own place, and seeing his conversion come to the point where he's even written and publicated things that give him good time and change of heart. And so it's one of the cardinal virtues is to visit the Lord who's in prison, visit him when he is sick through the people, pray with them. And most of the resources, Alcoholics Anonymous, which I've seen people make tremendous conversions from that, and it's a 12-stage program, and it does involve some spiritual direction at times from people, and I've seen them, even some in the family that have climbed out of that, and most of it is through the power of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit will help you when you consider the amount of people that's driving down the highway at you that is on marijuana or different things. And I've seen young, beautiful lady that was shooting up on some of this heavy drugs and actually did her funeral. What a terrible thing. But it's a part of the reality of life, and it's available in the culture, and that's where we live. We're not going to solve all the problems of the world. We're not going to solve any of the problems. But we can try to die to self and be the best that we can. Sometimes you can refer people to different people that can help them, especially younger people. Suicide is a terrible thing, and I've been with younger people and tried to help them through that. It's very sad because, and it's usually something that's very stupid that is built up on them or plagues them. And sometimes people are very ruthless in trying to hurt people. But I guess you can console them and pray for them, still pray for different people. Some of them I haven't seen probably for 20 years, but still in my mind. And some that have come through, and one in particular is now a father and has a permanent job and grown up. Very proud of him. It's a calling. It's not for everybody to do that because it's something that demands everything that you have. Not saying that you're going to ever, experience total unity with God in this life, but that's the promise that He gives to us. And it's all signified right in the sacraments, especially the sacrament of marriage, I guess the one thing that people should know, that after being here in this world, from seeing daylight to some nearly 83 years later, and experiencing the things that I have, that to try to live your life as though died yesterday, rose today, and is coming tomorrow. In the disgraceful state that the world is in today is terrible, with wars and the actual reverse of all that is going on. The stage is all set for the completion and the Armageddon. And whether you're ready or not, the Lord will be coming back. The protests in Israel and wars and all that's going on, that the time is near.
Because you're there.
And people will be leaving, taken out of here. One will be at the mill, and one will be here, and one will be there, and they'll be taken away. And the Lord will rule for thousands of years. So be ready. Died yesterday, rose today, and is coming tomorrow.
My daily